Hello everybody, this is Tom. I am going to talk about this master switch that's in a 68 Cadillac. Now there's a lot of these switches around. This one just happens to be in a 68, and it seems like there's a lot of videos on how to do stuff, but I haven't found anything on this switch. And there's some guys that say sell NOS switches. They want, what, $500, $400 for one. And then there's an aftermarket one, which is about $200. Not sure why it's so much, because most of the parts only cost about 20 bucks. But anyway, I want to talk about this one here. What we have is just a basic switch. It's got 4 vacuum lines and just 2 terminals. Now, just looking at this, if you don't know anything what's inside of it, it seemed like there's a lot of voodoo. You got 4 vacuum lines. It scares some people, but basically all these are connected together inside. This is just a chamber. All 4 of these vacuum lines all go to the same chamber. There's nothing special. There's no special valving inside, and inside, you just have a switch which closes these 2 terminals here. So if you have a fan on your Cadillac that's not working, then it's more likely the switch here. It could be the fan, but more likely the switch. So what I did is I'm just coming up with a video on how to do this, because the one on my Cadillac would be intermittent. Every once in a while it would work. Most of the time it didn't. All I end up doing is just unplugging this, putting a jumper on that wire on those terminals. They'll plug into here, and then now the fan's on all the time. So I know it wasn't the fan. I knew it wasn't anything else, that it was actually the switch. What I end up doing on this one, I've actually pulled it apart, and I wish I would have gotten a video of it apart, because if you look inside, you'd be going, there's like nothing inside. It's just this. Looks pretty intense, but it's really pretty basic. So to get this apart, all you got, this is just this metal band here. It's just aluminum, so it's really easy to bend the edges on this side here, and to pop it off, and you'll be able to see 2 contacts, and just the holes at the other end of this. And basically, vacuum would be applied here, and it would actually pull in. Hopefully, you can hear it. This side here, it would actually pull the switch, this diaphragm here, pull it down. Oh, right there, and you can hear the switch clicking inside. So this is the vacuum diaphragm. So if you have a good vacuum and this is on the car's running, and you select a heater or AC, and this will be in the car like this. Actually, it'll be like this. So it'll be in the car like this. So if you put your hand underneath, and this whole diaphragm is pushed up like that, then you know that there's good vacuum. It's holding vacuum. So the problem, more likely, is just the contacts inside are worn, or at least they get a coating on it for corrosion, and so it's not making a good connection. So basically, with it running, if you have a meter, I have a fluke here. As you can see, the settings I have for diode, makes noises here, and so you can hear if it's closing together. So you just put this on the 2 terminals. There are holes here. If I can get this one-handed here. It doesn't matter which way you do it. It's not polarity sensitive or anything. And so this here would be closing. See? So you see on the meter, it's got good contacts. I cleaned it up with some emery cloth. So now it works all the time. Before, and I tested it before, it would be intermittent. So now every time it closes, it's good. Good connection. So I know this is going to work. All I had to do is pull this apart, slide the diaphragm off, emery cloth the tips, put it back together. I just put I have a vacuum pump, which I should have brought in with me. But I just put a vacuum pump on one of these lines, tape up the other ones, pull a vacuum, and it closes, and it holds. So that's important. You don't want to leak in here. So it holds so it doesn't cause issues by having a vacuum leak there. And that's basically it. There's no special thing, on here that's, now obviously, the edges aren't going to be perfect once you're done, because they, have a machine that does it when they put this together. So it's not going to be perfect. So if you're looking for a perfect NOS, you got a numbers matching car that just has to be 100% perfect, then maybe buying one of these would be your ticket. I do see NOS ones. But as far as a daily driver or something that you like but doesn't have to be 100% perfect, I mean, this is the way to do it. The one they sell for $200 that has a bunch of wires and mismatched parts and all that stuff, I mean, to me that thing's a waste of money, when really this could be fixed. Unless you have a ripped diaphragm down here, that's really, or a cracked, even if a cracked case, you could fix it with some JB Weld or something like that. But the diaphragm here is the one thing that I wish they had available. Even the contact tips in there, it comes apart. I mean, you can replace it. I mean, it looks like it's a replaceable item, but if you had a diaphragm and maybe a metal ring, this would be the other thing. If you crack it, trying to get it off, then it might be, at that point, it might be junk. But you could probably still glue it. I mean, it just wraps around here, so you might be able to just glue it, put some super glue or whatever. It just needs a good seal, so when the vacuum is pulling on this, it closes. Another thing is they do sell a vacuum switch online. It just has a switch, but it has one vacuum line here. You can install that one. All you gotta do is hook all four of these together. You get one of those T's, and you just end up with one vacuum line, and you hook to it, and bam, you got a vacuum switch for 20 bucks. I don't know if they think, because nobody pulled one of these apart, I guess made a video that this thing is somehow special, and you have to buy that one or the remanufactured one, which doesn't even look like anything like this. I mean, it's got a bunch of wires. Basically what they're doing is they're running a relay so you can run the amount of amps to the switch. But most of those parts, if you look at all the parts he has on there, are 20, 30 bucks the most, and you're paying $200 for it, which to me is ridiculous. You can almost pull this apart and put the switch inside or something, to cover it up. But that's basically it. I just got a vacuum line that pulls on this diaphragm, closes the switch, and these two contacts close, and that's it. I mean, I've been running around with this wire, these two terminals jumpered. I mean, the fan shuts off when you shut the car off. I mean, it stays running all the time. So, that's the only drawback. This actually shuts the fan off. So right now it runs all the time, but I've been running that way. The AC works, heater works, all the diaphragms work, everything. So there's nothing special. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'm probably not the best speaker, but hopefully you got some idea about this. And like I said, I wish I would have had it apart. You could have seen what was inside, but really, excuse me, it's very basic. Nothing in here. So, all right, thanks a lot.